Austin. Oh man. Okay, my 30-day world. Hashtag. I missed yesterday's my 30-day world, which is how common is adventuring and going out in the world, through the wastes, battling marauders, raiders, monsters, demons, crazy, decrepit constructs. That is common, but I wouldn't call it adventuring in Wolthea. I'd I'd more likely say that it's just simply survival. You know, you're in a camp full of people, you're running out of food, you need to get more food. Nobody asks questions where that food is gotten from, right? So you go out, you find some monsters, you slay them, butcher them, and you bring back some meat for the town. Yay. Right? It's more of a necessity, you know? Um, you trade with the town the meat you acquired, and you trade them for bullets, right? And you take those bullets and you rob a different town and take, like, it's it's a part of survival in a world that really doesn't care about anyone, right? So going out and doing adventurous things, as far as exploring the world, running into plenty of conflicts, yes, that's rather common. It being akin to actual adventure, like high adventure, becoming a king. Yeah, no, that is grossly uncommon. The only organization really to do that is, well, there's two. There's the Bullet Barge, kind of an organization. Um, the Bullet Barge is this giant roving vehicle through the wastes that is accompanied by several smaller vehicles, like a giant caravan, and they go trading gas and bullets, and they've unlocked the secrets or rediscovered the technology for making bullets, and they're the only ones in the wastes that know how to. So I guess they would need to go out and trade and adventure, um, to get the necessary resources to continue making bullets, and simply to survive, food, water, and whatnot. Uh, Now the next question is, what is your world's biggest secret? And that is that the world wouldn't exist without coffee. And neither would I. No, that's not the biggest secret. The biggest secret of the world in Wolfea is that the most feared individual, the the one for which people most attribute as being a dark entity, one that will perpetuate the destruction of this dying world, the White Lich, the Alabaster Mage, he is actually trying to save the world. He's the only, he's the closest thing to a true hero the world has left. And the reason that he just goes about wiping people out, sowing such death and destruction, trying to collect and consume power on a massive scale, is so that he can become strong enough to house what is left of the power of the divine. He wants to become a god, not because, I'm a bad guy, I need to be the most powerful anything anywhere, I need to become a god. And place you under my no. The reason the Alabaster Wizard wants to become a god is to have the power to save the world, to bring the world back to its former glory before the cataclysm. Nobody knows this, and he doesn't go about it in a very, you know, he doesn't prance about going, "Do you have a little power? I would like a little power. I need power if I'm going to achieve salvation for the rest of the planet." No, he is first generation born into Wolthea after the cataclysm. The Alabaster Wizard's mother was a child that lived in the paradise before the cataclysm and survived the cataclysm to grow up, birth him, and tell him stories of this paradise world that existed before. A world in which he wants to bring back. So he's spent, like a millennia gathering power, sacrificing people, learning ancient rituals, discovering ancient technologies, and doing what he can to achieve this power. And his methodology, his dogma, if you want to call it that, is the world was saved once. It was spared from annihilation by an entire species being sacrificed. The Mage Lords, their entire species was wiped out. They died. Along with countless gods. And if another species needs to be wiped from existence, and the rest of the gods need to be sacrificed to save the world and bring it out of this, eternal torment that it's trapped in, then so be it. That is how he approaches his method for saving the world. That the world as a whole, the needs of the many, outweigh the needs of the few type thing. But it's like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of those many, because he doesn't go about it in a very nice way. He's like, you're alive, you're powerful, I'm gonna steal your power because I need it. Mostly because most are just, most are just worried about their day-to-day survival, while he is more worried with the survival of the planet as a whole and everything on it. Well, not everything on it, not the demons, but or the gods. He's gonna fucking eat all the gods if he can. So him and the god makers often clash, because they are searching for, the body parts of gods' corpses, and they try to harvest the part of the gods that are housing the most power that's left, so that they could build their Frankenstein gods. But that's, while not widely known about the god makers, it's not really a secret. Most people just don't know the truth of the god makers, while no one knows the truth of the Alabaster Wizard. So one of the setting's biggest villains is actually its only hero. There you go. That's today's and yesterday's My 30-Day World.